How's the event going so far?
Good, a bit smaller than previous editions, but
How many players do you have?
43.
43. That's about your estimate, I think.
Yeah, we estimated 40 to 45.
Okay, that's very very specific. Okay, do we have any idea what the guys are playing here?
No, but maybe you can steal their deck list. Ask
Okay.
Anouk.
I will.
So while Jelle is going to get the deck list, let's focus a little bit on what is going on right here. Funky Thief. Well, let's have a look at our players as well. Kapow! There we have Lorenz and Joeri facing off in the arena. They haven't adjusted the starting life yet. Let's hope they think about this. And we are on the way. Seems like we have mono red for Joeri. Definitely a staple in the format. It's a measuring stick for what decks need to be able to deal with.
So, I think Joeri is playing mono red. Or he plays pirates or goblins. Ooh, I hope it's goblins. I do hope it's goblins. That would be so
Yeah.
cool.
Cavalcade Goblins. It's a pretty cool deck. And Lorenz has been playing spells, so Enigma Drake, Crackling Drake,
Yeah, indeed. He's,
forever.
Indeed, I see Charlie Course, Tormenting Voice, Dive Down, Lava Coil, a little bit of, and then of course the winners, Crackling Drake, Enigma Drake.
Yeah,
Put the
so
Commander.
Blue-Red Drakes versus
Mono Red.
pure mono red.
I think game one, Mono Red has the advantage here, because Blue Red is not capable of gaining life. So the way to win the matchup is to draw a lot of removal for the creatures, so the burn deck doesn't have enough damage. That I think is the win condition for Blue-Red. And I
Yeah.
think in the main board there will be too many cantrips, things that slow the removal down. They slow him down and the removal will come too late. Although I do see the bolt, what's it called again?
Skewer the Critics
No.
or Beacon Bolt.
Beacon Bolt in
Yeah.
his hand. I think after Tormenting Voice, it's a shock. No, yeah, it's a shock.
So he has a
It's insane
decent
how
hand.
it's insane how good we get in which cards it is just by a very small portion of the drawing. I also think that Joeri doesn't have quite a good start. No 2 or 3 drop, only damage isn't what he wants to do. I think. Also no draw 2.
Oof.
Oh, okay. This changes things.
Yeah. I'm always surprised when I see that that's an instant.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be an instant.
No, it doesn't feel like an instant. I totally get what you mean. First time somebody played on instant speed versus me, I was surprised as well.
Yeah, there we have the shock.
Yeah.
Oh no, this deck has both shock and opt. They're the two worst cards to look up
I
on Google
understand.
because they give infinite
Lightning
Doctors and
Strike
shocking thing.
Skewer. Up, that's 6 damage going to the face. 2 cards in hand, but still the risk factor in the graveyard.
Yep.
So
That one's gonna draw 3 cards, I think.
it could.
Or the game could be over when he untaps.
Joeri also has the Phoenix in hand. I saw, which is
He's
actually
still playing
not
the Phoenix.
is actually not really good at the current board situation. First of all, because he doesn't have the 4 lands. Second of all,
It's also no longer good in the meta.
when your opponent is at 5, you want
Burn.
direct burn, because it's not going to hit more than once.
True.
Well, it might, but probably not.
So we talked already in previous tournaments about how awkward mono red can be to play against, because you're never really sure if you're gonna get 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, and then burn as removal, or just burn to the face, burn to the face, burn to the face, which are 2 very different kinds of hands you need to protect yourself against.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, Radical Idea is so slow.
Yeah, but I see that Lawrence has really good card versus the Phoenix in hand. He has the Lava Coil.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the enchantment. Discard your hand, draw 2, burn does 2 damage more.
Yeah.
So
Flame of Celt.
yeah, Flame of Celt. Although Yuri has a card that doesn't do that much in hand,
So shock to the face.
he is winning.
Yeah. And Flame of Celt.
This is so hard.
And every top deck is live.
Yeah.
This could be pretty rough.
Because Lawrence needs 4 turns to kill Yuri. I don't think that's possible. Like, what do you do versus next turn he draws 2 cards, he plays Risk Factor.
Yeah, you need
the turn
spell
after
pierce,
that,
spell pierce. Yeah,
even
we still have the risk factor.
yeah, and
The
the turn
turn
after
after
that,
that.
even the goblin is lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. What the guy next? I understand his feelings here. And Lawrence doesn't have a bad start.
No.
This is really
But Lawrence needs to start with shock, spell pierces, and opts instead of tormenting voices, radical ideas,
Yeah.
and charts.
Or
Like
may-
you said, the
or,
draw
mayb-
makes
or
the,
maybe a
makes the
third
deck
turn
clunky.
Enigma Drake.
Yep.
It's also really strong.
Very good stop sign.
Hmm.
But now it looks like Yuri is pretty
Mm.
much guaranteed to ramp this up.
I'm wondering. I'm going to check it. If Lawrence has. Yeah, he has only 1 spell pierce inside. Spell pierce is
Does
really.
he play any in the main?
No. Yeah, 2. Okay, then it's okay. Because spell pierce is really good versus Moonrat, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot better than negate.
So Lawrence going on the offensive here,
Yeah.
but tapping down to just 1 source.
Well, if he has 2 lightning
if it-
strikes in hand, then he could win it next turn.
Sure.
But that's
He's missing 1 spell in the. Oh no, 7 in
no,
the grave.
because he just adapted for 1 mana.
Wait, how does he have 2 cards in hand?
Who?
Yuri.
Well, he drew 2 from the enchantment and 1 from the draw step.
yeah.
This draw step,
Ah, yeah.
it's really overpowered.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that mostly says you have 1 turn
this
to
is,
go.
This is just game over.
Again, if he could
Though I think
if he could
playing
go
the
to
risk
2
factor-
lightning streaks or a shock and a lightning streak now, does still win him the game.
so. Lawrence is at 1 because of the Viashino
Ah.
Pyromancer.
Okay, 1 shock. He also has the planeswalker in hand, so 1 shock would have been enough because he can copy the shock then, and it deals 2 extra damage.
Is that the one he?
He has both
he
Raoul
has
planeswalkers.
both of them. Lol.
Indeed. But he doesn't
He
have the
also
shock.
doesn't have the mana.
He doesn't
for
have
it.
the shock. Yeah, he does.
Because he hits for. Oh yeah, he does.
The
Yeah,
Raoul only costs 4.
yeah, the other one only costs 4. So yeah, that would have been exact. 2/2 and 1 for the static ability.
Well, there's still the possibility that Yuri really doesn't draw anything. There's still that
Yeah.
possibility.
There's also still the risk factor hovering.
He's at 2, but that doesn't
No,
matter.
he's at 1. The Fiashino
Ah,
Pyromancer.
yeah, okay. Wasn't triggered, yeah. I get it. I don't know if I would have played the Flame of Kel. I would have played it like this for Yuri.
No, I would have jump started.
Yeah, I would have discarded the Flame of Kel to risk factor.
Yep.
And then in turn, because you're sure that you have a kill then.
In the background, we see some of the heavy hitters of
Arthur-
Gentry on the top
Arthur,
tables.
Karen,
Tom de Waal.
Tom de Waal, Amaury.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a good
then-
backseat feature match.
Yeah, it's a cool camera.
You just wish it was a bit better quality. But you can't have it all.
He's going for the Raal Zarek. Yes, he does. I still like this play, though.
Oh no.
Oh my god, that's a shock. Well, it's not important anymore, but it was the card on top, so he had one card to view for the kill.
It's not Ralzar. I don't know what it's the it's Ral, but not this one.
Yeah, you should type in Ral, I think.
And then I get 250 cards. Okay.
But-
Joeri flashes the burn spell. So what's the name of the Ral for the future?
It's here.
Is it
Yeah, is it
Vizier.
No,
No,
Storm
Storm.
Conduit.
Conduit? Yeah.
In standard, you have a couple of combos with it that go infinite, but I don't think you can play them in Gentry because they require too many of the
Yeah.
same rares.
So let's have a look at what these players can bring in from the side. For the Lowlands, we have Shivan Fires coming in, Omen Speakers coming in, Wall of Mist coming in, Spell Pierce coming in,
Negate I wouldn't bring in.
Negate no,
It's too much.
Disdainful Stroke no, Essence Scatter probably no. And then coming out, I think you just want to remove a part of the clunkiness of the deck. So the Charter Course, Tormenting Voice,
The Radical ID,
Radical Ideas, definitely.
Crash 2.
Well, yeah. Anything that eats up your mana,
Yeah.
you really need to be mana efficient
Yeah, that
in
doesn't-
your interaction, not just in. It's called deck velocity, like keeping stuff, doing stuff, but you need to do relevant stuff against this deck, otherwise you just falter.
But there's a lot of sideboard versus Moonlight, but I think he needs it. I do think because that color is not able to gain life, it's very difficult.
True.
On the red side, Reckless Airstrike. What does that do again?
Does 3 damage to flying creature.
I don't think it's good here.
No.
Scorch Mark,
Mark
also
is
not really good.
no.
Burning Prophet.
Don't really see
No.
the point. Pyrohelix, no. Bombards,
Yeah,
yes.
Bombard is really good. And
And
Hijack.
hijacks, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Bombards and hijacks are coming in for him.
Yeah. And removing.
Skarken Hellkite is in this deck.
That's hard. That's yeah. He plays really aggressive list. Only 19 lands, by the way. And
Yeah.
he plays
And plays 4 drops.
and 2 4-drops. I think this is really greedy. He's played 3 4-drops. He also plays Chandra.
Yeah, maximum greed.
But maybe it's what the deck needs.
Yeah, I mean everybody's so prepared for this deck. You need to. It becomes a bit of a gamble. Like sure, you'll have game 1, you have a win rate of 70%, but game 2, you see what's happening here. People are bringing in 4 to 9 cards against you.
Indeed. Hey, Yona. Sorry for no response. And indeed, it was the conduit. Thank you for helping us here.
Stalkers.
Yeah.
It's too much stuff going on. Okay.
Oh.
So our players are sideboarding. Looks like Lorenz is looking for space for all the cards he wants to bring in.
Yeah, I understand. Maybe he's not going to bring in all the cards we mentioned because it is a lot.
Yeah. I'm glad that these players understand that you're not to put your deck box in front of the camera at least.
That's nice of them.
they were the previous match they were blocking the view. So yeah, 43 players. It's an interesting one. We have the trophy in the screen there for the eventual winner.
That's strange. I thought it was standing in my house. What is it doing here? Just kidding, y'all.
Yow. Unless it has the TC or CFB logo on it, then by all means. Unless what has the TC or CFB logo on it?
Ah, the deck boxes. Then you can put it in front of the camera.
Fair.
I understand you now.
Yeah. We skipped too far ahead already in the topics. Or Ultimate Guard, they're also sponsoring.
He had a tow weekend.
Niels had a tough weekend,
Nice.
yes. A tough weekend. A tough?
Tough?
A tough.
Tow. Tough.
Yes, like I posted on Facebook, my last 36 hours had 2 weddings, a birthday party, prep for this event, and a car accident.
Yes.
Well, very
Alright.
minor car accident. Apparently, people got unnecessarily worried. I got a little bumper kiss while standing still at the red light. And we're off for game 2. Joeri's burn deck took game 1 in a very decisive fashion. But this time we see Lorenz probably with a lot more interaction.
I like Lawrence's play. He plays the tap land turn 2 because he had Shivan
Shivan
Fire
Fire.
in hand.
Yeah, even that 1 damage from a Fanatical Firebrand is so valuable. Or optimizing your mana for by killing a Lava Runner.
Indeed, I like it a lot.
So Viashino Pyromancer does his shocking duty, gets dispatched immediately with that mana that was available the entire time. As we'll see Lorenzo really trying to maximize every little angle he has to keep his life total as high as possible
He has
in this
another
match.
Shivan Fire in hand.
He still has dive downs.
He has 2 Shivan Fires in hand.
Yeah, another Pyromancer. So we see 2 dive downs. We see dive downs still in the deck here.
Yeah.
Which is one of the cards that I would have considered dropping.
Oh, there's an Enigma Drake, and now he can actually play Enigma Drake with dive down protection.
Yep.
This is really strong.
Yeah, this is the kind of sequence that puts him in the
He
game.
still has
he
Crackling Drake as
Crackling
well.
Drake.
And another Shivan Fire.
Yeah, this looks
Unless now a Phoenix,
comfortable.
a Phoenix would be really well good now.
Yeah.
Joeri takes the bait. Here's my 4 toughness creature.
You just go for it here.
Yeah, of course. Because to protect the Crackling Drake, you already need another land, and they're equally big, I think.
Well, at this point, yes.
Yeah.
Crackling Drake eventually is a bit
eventually
bigger,
gets bigger, but
but I think the radical ideas aren't in the deck anymore.
no, but the bolts might.
The life counter is a tiny bit out of view. Yes, we realize, but it's
Still visible.
visible and readable. The players are a bit constrained already, as it is.
This is so brutal already. Lawrence putting 6 power on the field, having a Pteromancer in hand,
and
a spell
interaction.
pierce and a burn spell.
Yep.
Although you is drawing a lot of lands, so I don't know if
Maybe he should play less than 19
but
lands.
he doesn't have any lands in hand anymore, so he has 4 spells now, and the spell pierce won't be that good now. It's really true.
True. Yep.
But I do think that spell pierce versus a player that only has 19 lands in his deck is really well.
Yeah. Joeri in the tank already.
I never
think he has-
trust Yuna.
I think he has 4 cards to try and fight this back, but yeah, that's Joeri's expression very clear about how he feels about this game at this point. 1-1, yeah.
It is really not what Joeri wants to do.
No,
But it is a cute way to
Sure. Deals 1 to Lorenz to activate
the skewer.
Skewer's Spectacle.
And here comes the wizard. 2 damage to the face. He is fighting back.
Yeah, there's there is definitely still play in this deck.
But I like Lawrence's position a lot here.
Yep.
He drew land. Has 3.
No, he drew Terramander.
No, it was still in
we
his hand.
already had that.
Yeah.
I would have fired away the Lava Mancer first.
Yeah, same.
Too greedy.
Maybe. Maybe he knows about the dragon. The 4/4 haste.
No,
Yeah.
we still get the Shivan Fire. I hope this doesn't end in missing 1 point of damage. That'd be mean. Okay. Stop starting the commercial. Yeah, Shino Pyromancer for Joeri. The life total is going down at the same speed at this point.
Yeah, but I don't think it will go on the same speed for that much longer.
No.
Another land. This is not what Lawrence wants. He didn't play the land last turn as well. I get it because he plays Tormenting Voice, but he wants to flip the Butyramander as fast, as quickly as possible. On the other hand, he also doesn't want to do it while it can be shocked.
Yeah, Joeri still
Yeah.
1 card or 2 cards maybe.
What do you think about Joeri bringing the Chandra's Pyrohelix?
I find it odd.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that's-
that's harsh.
that's a lightning strike on the Pteramander in a response to the activation, and then a spell pierce to protect it.
I really get the feeling he should have attacked with both here.
Yeah. I mean,
nothing in hand
there's
on
no-
12 HP. I don't. No,
it's
I don't agree.
it's a two turn kill
yeah,
anyway.
still, but I still. If he has removal now for one.
Yeah, if he gets the bombard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like it. No.
This Lawrence missing a point of damage and then not attacking with 2 movement.
What the fuck?
Neither player going to their sideboards here, so no adjustments, no reconsideration. And just as I say this, of course, I think Lawrence heard me.
Yeah, I actually do like Lawrence's dive downs. Because Mono Red doesn't have a lot of sideboard options, and you
Yeah.
know Bombard exists. You know it will come. It will come in versus you.
Yeah, and even if it doesn't, then it's a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Because then they need to double tag a Drake to get rid of it.
Indeed.
So, Lawrence revisiting his sideboard here.
And this is the reason I can't play the tournament today.
Okay.
So far, actually, not that many surprises. It's going like like we said it would go. Game
Yeah.
1, very favorite for Joeri. Game 2,
Yeah,
if
a strong
if
comeback.
Lawrence has this kind of hands, he's in a real good position, which also happened.
So
But now Joeri on the play.
yes, so this is the great equalizer
Yeah.
in many ways. So how do you feel about a deck like Mono Red and its role in a metagame?
I think Mono Red is always important for the format to be included.
Yeah.
Because Mono Red, it's in 99% of the times it's the most aggressive deck of the meta.
Mm-hmm.
And it forces people to have sideboard cards for it. It forces people to have main board cards actually for it. You can't be too slow. If you don't have decks like Mono Red in your format, then I think the format would get very boring with like 3-4 negates main decks and duresses, because people have the time for everything. And I really like it. I wouldn't play it, but I'm really thankful for the players who do.
And in the same vein, I think it's important for people to have a very clear and defined entry point into the format as well.
Yeah.
So it has its role in the metagame, but it also has this role of being easy to understand deck. I'm not
Difficult.
going to say easy to play.
But
Because a lot of
it's
people
it's
underestimate.
easy to pick up and hard to master.
Exactly.
Like Frank Karsten is insanely good with decks like that. But it's because his mod is one of the best in the whole Magic community in the world. But still, anybody can pick up the deck and still get decent results with it.
And we have a Viashino to start off. Which is a decently good start for
Yeah.
Joeri.
Lauren starting with an island. Oh, what is this? That's the
Wall of
one?
Mist, an 05.
An 05. That's really hard. It's good in this situation, but the moment Yuri has two black creatures, it's
Yeah.
not that good anymore.
Yeah, having a 1/4 is so much more interesting here.
Yeah.
Especially if it were a 1/4, and that like because it will pull the bombard.
Yeah. Which Yuri has in hand, by the way.
Yeah, block. So now he gets the option to just
Yeah,
go the 1 for
But
1.
here, Lawrence is still happy, I think.
Yeah.
He's really happy with this situation. I mean, this is a turn, no damage for him.
Yeah.
Um,
And Yuri has
and
to
he
do
went
this
1
play.
for 1, so that's not bad. And here, he can actually already play the Enigma Drake if he wants. But he has Dive Down on hand, so I don't think he will.
And he has the
Yeah.
but he doesn't have a blue land.
I think here, I wouldn't have played the land already. I would have opted to opt. Haha. Sorry. Not only you can make bad jokes. And maybe look for a tap land or a removal spell.
Yeah. Oh, we also have the Niv already hanging out.
Yeah, indeed. I saw it, but
Yeah, but that's for the far future.
oh, he keeps the charter course. Yeah. He probably has a plan, but I don't like it that much.
Yep.
This is not the way he wants this to go.
So attacks, then lights up the stage. What did he reveal? Another light and a land.
Which is quite good.
Skewer and land.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, because the land will come into play next turn. Yeah,
Yep.
this is looking really good, really good for Yuri.
Yeah, with Brussels mods turning into a news reporter with Lorenz a bit
But
stuck
news reporter.
in the mana department.
Yuri,
I don't like addressing people by their last name, and it sounds like very soccer commentator
Yeah.
crap.
because Klaas has the Phoenix in hand, by the way, and now a lot of lands to play them as well. And Lawrence actually doesn't have an answer for it.
Yeah, we're getting the rare, interesting game of this match.
Yeah, but here Lawrence doesn't have a land, and he kept the charter course. I can't help but feel that this gets punished now. Maybe yeah.
So we talked briefly about the role of mono red in the metagame, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blue red drakes has been a deck in the metagame
Since the
Enigma
Enigma Drake
Drake
came out, yeah.
it came out in Amonkhet.
Yeah, in Amonkhet.
It-
So
I
it's
think
going
it's-
to rotate out now.
No, because Crackling Drake is still around.
Yeah, but Enigma Drake is going
Yeah.
to rotate out.
So I think, and the funny thing
this
is,
harsh. He still has Radiant. That card in his deck.
radical idea. I wonder what he boarded out then.
Yeah. I haven't seen the lava coil anymore. Maybe he doesn't know about Phoenix and he opted for more.
Yeah, land number 5 in the 19 land deck.
That's more than 1/4 of his land. Yeah, I think that Blue Red Drakes is not his peak point right now. It probably had its peak point when Crackling Drake just came out.
Yes,
Um,
but it
Because
it
I
secured
think
the top 8 slot in in the previous
Yeah,
Gentry Open
I still
as
think
well.
it's decent, but yeah,
It's too fair. I don't know.
I
It
think
doesn't feel fair to me.
I still think you have a lot of bad matchups. But having the flyers does give you an advantage here.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just a big fan of decks that have a very clear game plan, and because I'm looking at this again from the perspective of somebody looking for a deck to play,
Yeah.
and then Blue Red Drakes has a very clear game plan to it, a very clear strategy, and there's this core that you just use, and you get to have this slot that then becomes your personal interpretation of the deck. I like decks like that and do that. In the meantime, Lorenz is under a lot of pressure here,
Yes, he is, because
and still only
Joeri
one
does
blue
not have
mana.
any lands in hand anymore. Not surprisingly, because he only plays 19, but it does mean he has 4 business cards in hand, like Bombard.
Yep. And there's only red open, so there's not even the threat of protection.
I think this is game right now.
And a skewer for a GG, a handshake, and we have a player on 2-0. Joeri comes in with the buy from the Maxim leaderboard, snatches up a win here. We got a display of what Lorenz can do to a deck, what a non-black, non-white deck can do to mono red, because those are the two that have the tools to fight back.
Do you think he should have mulliganed?
I don't know. You have 3 lands, you have the opt, you have a charter course.
But you do not have any removal in hand.
It's not true. He had 1 Shivan Fire.
He has 1 Shivan Fire?
Yeah. His opening
indeed,
hand
yeah.
was 2 lands, opt, Shivan Fire.
No, he had a 0-5 wall. He did not have Shivan Fire. The Shivan Fire was the second game, because when
I thought
the turn before he played the Enigma Drake, I thought he can't even play Enigma Drake because he has no instants in his graveyard. Then he played the opt, and it was the first instant in his graveyard at that point. So that's why I think there's you can't say something about maybe you should mulligan, especially on the draw, to something with at least 1 Shivan
Some
Fire, at least 1
interaction,
shock,
yeah.
because I think the moment it was very difficult for him to win was a turn that Joeri was able to attack and still play 2 draw 2s.